This is the final video that demonstrates how to create the land logo. So in this video we're going to first do a 3D transformation, then a drop shadow, and then we're going to export it as a PNG file. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is the 3D transformation. So make sure you've got your land text layer selected. Under Tools, we're going to Transform Tools, 3D Transform. We're looking at a few different options in these tabs. First, we've got the vanishing point. We're going to move that up to the top left. This is the point at which the transformation or the distortion of the text will apply. Next, we've got an offset. We don't really need to do anything with that right now. We don't want to use the rotation. That's the main purpose of this transformation, is to sort of rotate and skew the text. So we're going to do really subtle. So we're going to do 5 on the x-axis and 5 on the y-axis, and just 1 to slightly tilt it on the z-axis. And then if you'd like, you can use the move option here. It's the same as the move tool over here, only we have the ability to move it by pixels. So I'm going to move mine a little bit closer to the rectangles. And then once you're satisfied with the positioning, click transform. These logos that you create can be a little bit unique. They don't have to be perfect exactly as I'm creating it here. This is an example of how to create these sort of effects. Next, we're going to create a drop shadow. So that is done under Filters, Light and Shadow. We're going to create just a regular drop shadow. Alright, and so here we're going to use basically the defaults. The blur radius is how far out the blur goes. We're going to use the grow radius is going to be 0. It's going to use the black color here. We don't need to adjust or clip anything, so just leave the defaults as is. Click OK. And then to be able to see that drop shadow a little bit better, we're going to create one more layer just as a white background. So layer, new layer, we'll just call it BG for background, and we'll set it to fill automatically with white. We're just going to toggle this on and off right now so we can see the final product of this logo. So it creates it as the top layer, but we want it to be the very bottom layer, so we can see how the drop shadow effect looks. Okay, and so once you're satisfied, like again, you can use the history tool if you want to undo and try that drop shadow or 3D transformation again. This looks pretty good. I'm satisfied, so I am going to turn off the visibility of that white background because I want this to be a transparent image, so it'll overlay really nicely on my website. So I'm going to turn off that visibility of that background color, but I am going to leave it in my image here. When I save this, which I'll do right now, as an XCF file, which is the native Gimp file format, all of these layers will be saved within that file format, so I can come back anytime and edit it as needed. But right now, I need to make this image web ready so I can post this logo I created on my website. To do that, I'm going to go File, Export, and now I have the option to export my graphic. So we're going to export it to the land images folder, and you just save it by file extension. So if you type logo.png, so long as the file extension .png is spelled correctly, Gimp will know that you want a PNG file. So export, and you can leave all of these defaults. These all just help with the exporting the compression of your image. Export here, and then check your file system. So check your file system, navigate to the folder that you saved it in, double click, and see the final product of your logo. We're going to upload this logo to the website we create in the next few weeks.